Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Hi.
How are you, Nirmal?
I'm good. I'm good. I thought you were facing some challenges, so I sent you a request.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, hi everyone. Welcome to Hostelbird Stories. My name is Abid. I'm the founder CEO of Hostelbird. So, Hostelbird is an modern travel platform where backpackers, solo travelers, they find and discover hostels and they connect with the people. So, I have a privilege. We have Nirmal. Nirmal, we also met in hostel. You remember?
We did.
Like a typical hostel meet. Like, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Where are you from?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think
so
it was in Delhi.
it was in Delhi, I
Yeah.
guess, Hide-In Hostel.
Yep.
So let me give a small introduction of yours, and then you start about the session. Okay. So
Sure.
Nimal is a slow traveler, and he's an engineer by education. He's a founder by profession. Currently, he leads Rethink. So Nirmal, tell us more about yourself and what all you do in sustainability.
Sure. As you already mentioned, I'm an engineer and I am a slow traveler. So for me, people are my storybooks. I love to travel. I love to backpack, and I think that's how we also met in a hostel. I take my bag, go for 3, 4 months car trips, and that's my way of traveling. With respect to sustainability, we are focused on a program called Rethink.
Mhm.
Where we normally focus on interactions. So when people think about sustainability, the first thing that comes to their mind is planting a tree or looking
Yeah.
at a.
Yeah.
However, how many of us can actually go and do that in a year, right? So
Mm.
what we thought is, how about converting that sustainability and an overwhelming feeling into something more simpler? So we
Okay.
came up with ideas of micro actions, things that you can do in less than 30 seconds, doesn't cost you at all,
Mhm.
and has positive impact on the planet. Just to give you an example, imagine you're turning your phone from light mode to dark mode. Now, if 30 people are doing this, that's
Mhm.
equivalent to 30. So I
Okay.
think what we focus on, and of course, I bring simple, small hacks in day-to-day
Mm.
life, even in travel. That's what we are here to talk about, right? Like how do you
Yeah.
make the travel sustainable? So we think we come up with this small hacks, which are not overwhelming, are not expensive, and can still have a positive impact on the planet. So that is what I do right now.
So, sorry to interrupt you. So, before we will talk about this, I would love you to tell everyone what carbon emission is. Like, if you are uh, talking to a 5-year-old और आपको उसको बताना होगा कि समझाना होगा कार्बन एमिशन क्या होता है, ऑफसेटिंग क्या होता है. So, it will be great if you will teach us what exactly it is.
Sure. So honestly, anything that we do from the moment we get up in the morning to till the time we sleep, everything that we do, every activity we do has carbon emissions. Now,
Hmm.
what exactly are carbon emission? अगर मुझे 5 साल के बच्चों को समझाना है, मैं उनको ऐसे समझाऊंगा कि अगर आप कोई मॉल में जाते हो और आपको एक चॉकलेट चाहिए, तो यू हैव टू पे समथिंग फॉर इट, राइट?
Yeah.
Carbon
Right.
emissions are like that payment that we are doing for on planet Earth. We are taking some resources of planet Earth, we are consuming those resources, and when we consume those resources, there is an extra waste that gets generated. That is nothing but carbon emission. That is how I'll put it in a simpler way.
Okay. That was not so simpler, by the way. Make it more simpler.
ओके सो आपके जो भी बाई प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं,
Hmm.
लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ ट्रैवल, राइट?
Hmm.
यू आर ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए टू पॉइंट बी, लेट्स से आप बस में जा रहे हो,
Hmm.
आप फ्यूल कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, कोई भी चीज
Hmm.
के लिए आपको एनर्जी चाहिए।
Hmm.
अब ये एनर्जी का जो आउटपुट होता है, दैट इज योर फोर्स। आप फ्यूल कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, आप पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी पे जा रहे हो, लेकिन उसके
Hmm.
वजह से जो वेस्ट जनरेट होता है,
Okay.
दैट वेस्ट is generated in terms of polluting elements, which is, one of the element is carbon dioxide,
Okay.
and that is where we call, and there are multiple other elements also, but in a generic sense, as a unit, जैसे किलोग्राम है या liters है,
Hmm.
ऐसे in a generic unit we call it carbon emission across
Hmm.
the planet.
So, Nirmal, the day we decided we are going to talk about this, so I did some
Mhm.
research. So, what I
Okay.
realized is tourism only in global contributes to 9% of carbon emission.
Correct.
And India is the major contributor of that. And the reason is number one, we have around 450 billion people, sorry, 4.5 billion people, tourist visits every year. And secondly, average room in India generates 15 kgs to 60 kg of carbon dioxide every night. And this
Correct.
is huge.
That is correct. Yep. As a matter of fact, I would like to correct you on those numbers. So
Hmm.
9% is a conservative estimate. We
Yeah.
are saying that it is almost up to 14%. As a matter of fact, travel has become one of the major contributor in global warming
Hmm.
these days, and
Yeah.
not just India. Like, let's talk about general and global first, and then let's boil down to India.
Hmm.
Globally, because of travel and because of flying, mainly air
Yeah.
travel, around 3 to 4% of emissions and climate change is happening because of air travel globally.
Yes.
Coming to India, you are absolutely correct. Your numbers are correct. However, there are certain changes. When you talk
Hmm.
about types of stay, the numbers vary. For an example, a hostel stay will have close to 6.5 kgs of carbon emission.
Yeah. Hmm.
सेम चीज आप किसी 5 स्टार होटल में जा रहे हो या रिजॉर्ट में जा रहे हो तो वो
जहाँ पर
6
स्विमिंग पूल है, स्पा है, obviously more energy is
ऊपर भी जा
consumed.
सकता है.
Yeah.
यस, बहुत
So
आगे भी हो सकता है.
So my audience, my customer is from the age of 18 to 35, mostly
Mhm.
young travelers. So they take buses while they are traveling. They have very minimal things. So how are they going to travel and at the same time their carbon emission will reduce while traveling?
Sure. So I think a lot of times we overthink sustainability.
Hmm.
हम बोलते हैं कि हमें 100% सस्टेनेबल होना है. मैं कभी नहीं बोलता ये, और कोई हो भी नहीं सकता. If somebody claims that they are 100% sustainable, they are actually claiming it wrong,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Hmm.
What I usually tell people, and of course young audience, we all fall into that category of 18 to 35, right? So
Yeah.
I usually tell people that we have to be mindful. Sustainability is intentional. It
Hmm.
is not about spending more money or doing something very specific. It is
Hmm.
being intentional. 70 to 80% of the time, if you are mindful about your choices, you are sustainable. Now, coming back to your question, I divide the whole travel into three different categories. एक
Okay.
है आपका पॉइंट ए से पॉइंट बी, आप जहाँ पे जा रहे हो तो आप एक बुकिंग जैसे ट्रेन है, फ्लाइट है, जो भी बुक कर रहे हो. सेकंड इज योर एक्टिविटीज दैट यू आर डूइंग व्हेन यू रीच टू दैट डेस्टिनेशन, एंड थर्ड आर स्टेज.
Hmm.
But another category, or I would say your major amount of impact, get decided even before your trip starts. So I'll put a
Hmm.
fourth category as pre-trip decisions.
Hmm.
I think 50% का कार्बन एमिशन और इम्पैक्ट आपकी ट्रिप चालू हो रही है उसके पहले ही डिफाइन हो चुका है. I'll
Hmm.
give you an example here, and as we are all young people, so I'll use the same example of buses, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
A lot of people traveling from Delhi to Chandigarh or Delhi to Jaipur in flights.
Hmm.
Whereas travel time is hardly like 7 8 hours, I think so. It's not more. But if somebody is traveling by train against flight, or bus against flight, they are easily saving 50 to 100 kgs of carbon emission. So
If they are
it,
traveling by train, right?
if you're traveling by train, yes, or
Okay.
if you're traveling by bus. So I think these are the choices that we have to make. Again, in
Hmm.
the four categories that I mentioned, up flight mat lo, up bus lo. Jaise personally, if I love to go to Goa. I am from
Yeah.
Bombay and I
Hmm.
love to go to Goa all the time. So it's around 12 hours journey, right? I usually
Hmm.
take a train or a bus. मेरा
Hmm.
एमएससी गोवा पहुंचने के लिए अगर मैं वो सेम चीज फ्लाइट में जा रहा हूँ, इट इज मच हायर. सो माई डिसीजन मेकिंग इज ऑलवेज लाइक कि आप अगर 10 घंटे से कम का ट्रैवल है, यू टेक अ ट्रेन और अ बस. उससे ज्यादा है डिफरेंशिएशन, देन यू टेक अ फ्लाइट. तो अगर 24 घंटे का ट्रैवल है, यू प्रॉब्ली टेक अ फ्लाइट. बट अगर आप 10 घंटे का ही ट्रैवल है, यू टेक अ ट्रेन. इट्स मच इजियर.
And on top of saving, emitting less carbons, it makes the travel more experiential while you are traveling through bus
Absolutely.
or train. Fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one is choosing between bus and train instead of, airplane or anything from aviation. What is the second thing? What
Second
about?
is that, let me give you example of each. Leather, I can actually create an entire list of categories, but I think we
Yeah.
don't have that much time. So I'll just give you one example for each category. So एक है
Hmm.
आपका travel का, मैंने बोला point A to point B. Second, stay. तो
Hmm.
स्टे के हिसाब में लाइक इफ यू आर स्टेइंग इन अ हॉस्टल एग्जांपल
Hmm.
हॉस्टल में आप रह रहे हो मोस्ट ऑफ द hostels आर फायरिंग देयर ACs at 16 degrees 18 degrees right
Hmm.
now even if they are putting it at 21 it is still comfortable
Hmm.
but by increasing 1 degree of AC we are saving close to 6% of energy consumption राइट सो अगर 18 से 21 पे हो गया वी आर सेविंग अराउंड 18% ऑफ एनर्जी कंजम्पशन एंड इंडिया में आज भी 72% ऑफ एनर्जी इज कमिंग फ्रॉम फॉसिल फ्यूल्स सो
Hmm.
इनडायरेक्टली आपने उतना फॉसिल फ्यूल यूसेज कम कर दिया और उतना कार्बन एमिशन कम कर दिया सो
Hmm.
दैट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग राइट आप किसी रूम में एंटर कर रहे हो हॉस्टल के वहां पे 16 डिग्री पे आप उसको 21 कर दो बस एक छोटा सा स्टेप करना है आपको इन
Hmm.
स्टेज दूसरा अगर आप let's say you're not in hostel, you're in a
Hmm.
hotel. Now this is the habit that I have seen in many people. यार
Hmm.
मैंने है ना तो मैं लाइफ चालू रखूंगा मुझे क्या
Hmm.
फर्क I think
Hmm.
you mentioned about
Yeah.
intentional or mindfulness right just be mindful off कर दो it's not that you are paying for it planet is paying for it
Hmm.
or your laundry you are getting those towels you send it every day घर पे आप एक same towel I know I have stayed in hostel एक एक महीना तक यूज करते हैं लोग सेम टॉवेल बिना धोए होटल
Yeah.
में every day you are throwing it for
Hmm.
washing
Hmm.
that is as close to like 12% of water usage of your day when you are
Yeah.
staying in a hotel. So try to be mindful about these small, small things. And the third part I mentioned about activities. Now, activities, में you're at a place, ट्राई टू डू समथिंग लोकल आप जब जाते हो समझो अभी आप हिमाचल में हो यू आर गोइंग टू कसौल कसौल में जाके आप डोमिनोज ढूंढोगे नाउ दैट those ingredients are coming from far away because they have to
Hmm.
maintain certain quality right
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
that itself increases the emission of the food that you are eating I would rather recommend eat local when
Hmm.
you eat local you interact with local when you interact with local your experience is much better and
Hmm.
at the same time you are saving the planet so I think uh, sustainable travel is not about doing something extra. It's
Hmm.
about doing what you are doing every day, but being mindful about it. And automatically, you are saving money, you are saving planet, and you are also making memories. I think that's why we travel, right?
And
That's
you're
the story.
helping the local communities to grow also.
And of course, exactly. I mean,
Hmm.
I have made the bestest of friends
Hmm.
when I interact with locals. As I mentioned, people are my
Hmm.
story. Whenever I
Yeah.
travel,
Yeah, I can resonate with that completely.
exactly.
So, one is like taking the transport. Second is stay. What else you can do in stay? Because the control is not in your hand. You can only, take care of the temperature, maybe lights. On top of it, what else we can do in a hostel where the emission will be lesser?
Sure. So as I mentioned, I think आपकी emissions की जो decision making है, that happens even
Hmm.
before the trip has started. So your
Okay.
pre-trip decisions really reflect a lot on these things. Say for an example, if I'm staying in a five-star hotel against I'm staying in a hostel, the carbon emission is already lesser in hostel because the whole thing is distributed and divided. Secondly, when I'm booking a hostel, I'll try to book something that is more sustainable. They have sustainable ratings these days. I think
Yeah.
on our platform also you are planning to mention that,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yeah.
that is what one can do. Like take that decision before you go for the stay itself. आपके जो बेड शीट्स हैं या क्लीनिंग चीजें हैं अगर वो नई चाहिए आप क्लीनिंग का डोंट डू इट एवरी डे
Huh.
water again people have this habit of keeping their ACs on even when they are not in the room when they are going out do not do that right
Hmm.
at the same time when you are packing or planning for the trip again pre-trip packing कर
Hmm.
रहे हो planning कर रहे हो
Hmm.
then maybe I think a lot of people overpack overdo things and then they want to use क्योंकि मैं लेके आया हूँ पैक करके मुझे वो पहनना है I
Hmm.
think that is
Huh.
the
That
mindset that
Indian
people
mindset of traveling, when I was growing and I traveled to Himachal somewhere, and I
Mhm.
saw foreigners like they have not changed clothes from like they are in their every day they wear same thing, and I see them, compare it with the Indian travelers, they were continuously changing. I was like this changed my mind. Like then I had a conversation with one. He said, why do I need to change clothes? I'm not here to show my clothes to people here. I'm here to experience.
Correct.
So, uh, Nirmal, currently, in India, the tourism is seasonal. Okay,
Hmm.
in winter time, from September to February, people go to Goa, and currently it's a time for north side. People are traveling to Himachal.
Correct.
So, what all considerations travelers should have while they are in mountains? Okay, because a huge number of travelers are in Himachal right now. And if I'm any hostel on my platform, if you check it and try to book it today, it will be like all will be like sold off.
Everything is full.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's full there. So, but at the same time, there's an impact of it, right?
absolutely.
So how what mindfulness we need to have while we are in mountains, in hills?
So सबसे पहले तो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि हो क्या रहा है. ओके,
Hmm.
ऑल दी
Hmm.
प्लेसेस हम जाते हैं, इन्फ्लुएंसर्स जाते हैं, ये प्लेस बताते हैं, वो सीक्रेट स्पॉट,
Hmm.
डू विजिट दिस,
Yes.
एंड
Hmm.
right, like, and everyone
Hmm.
just keep flocking there. Now all these ecosystems are not ready to manage so many people. First of all,
People,
let's
yes.
understand that part. Okay,
Hmm.
हम भले ज्यादा के ज्यादा स्टे ऑप्शन बना ले या ज्यादा टूरिस्ट वाली चीजें कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ecologically they are not ready to manage
Hmm.
this. So
Hmm.
as a tourist, it's our job. We are not just going to a place, we have to make sure that we deserve the place. I
Hmm.
think that is what we have to do. What we have to be mindful about is, जैसे हिमाचल की बात करते हैं, since this is a tourist season for mountains, right?
Hmm.
uh, you will see tens of thousands of people traveling from Chandigarh, Delhi to Himachal. अभी वो ट्रैफिक में अटके हुए हैं तो भी उनका
Yeah.
इंजन चालू पड़ा,
Right
राइट?
now, it's going on right now. One of my
करेक्ट.
friend was calling, like the road is blocked from last 2 hours, and they are in the middle of road. Yeah,
करेक्ट.
go on. Hmm.
So in that case, just turn off your engine,
Hmm.
open the window. हिमाचल गए हो ना, तो
Hmm.
पहाड़ों की खुशबू लो. आप कहाँ
Hmm.
वो बंद एसी में बैठे हुए हो.
Hmm.
Just turn off your engine can save millions of liters of petrol,
Yeah.
and this is an amount of carbon emission, right? So this is
Hmm.
mindful. आप जब जा रहे हो पहाड़ों में, you have seen this, लोग ना वो चिप्स लेते हैं, ये लेते हैं और फेंक देते हैं. उसके रैपर सब बाहर चले जाते हैं. आई थिंक जस्ट कैरी वन एक्स्ट्रा बैग विच
Hmm.
एक्ट्स एज पर्सनल dustbin bag. When you go back to hostel or hotel, just throw it in your hostel or hotel, and I think
Hmm.
that will keep the place clean. Third thing, try to go for local activities or local food or local stuff. Interact
Hmm.
with local food, right? That's more important. अभी हिमाचल में जाके मैंने जैसे एग्जांपल दिया डोमिनोज का, मैं वहां पे भी डोमिनोज ढूंढने बैठ रहा हूँ. आई थिंक
Hmm.
दैट्स द बेस्ट ऑप्शन. उससे अच्छा कोई
Hmm.
ढाबा में जाके बैठो वहां का.
Hmm.
आई थिंक हियर इज वेयर यू आर सेविंग द फुटप्रिंट ऑफ फूड ऑल्सो.
Hmm.
सो ये इंजन बंद कर देना, एक डस्टबिन बैग साथ में रखना, ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, बट आई थिंक दिस कैन रियली हेल्प पीपल एंड कीप द प्लेस क्लीन.
But on top of, people being not considered about pollution and emissions, the government is also not doing anything. Like,
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
so do you think there should be some policies, like strong policies coming from Himachal government particularly? Recently, they come up with the she policy, if you know about
Yeah.
it. Like, there are a lot of female travelers going to Himachal, so they need to make sure that they are safe. So on top of she policy, there should be some policies about conserving the Himalayas or taking care of the footprints you're, all around sustainability. Do you think there should be is government hard on it or?
Honestly, government is not hard on it, and in a country like India, it's very difficult. Okay, because
Yeah.
the moment the government takes some action, there are 10 people who will just raise their hands and say, "Oh, we are not gonna adhere to this.
Hmm.
This is not something that you're letting go of my freedom and stuff like that." But at the same time, I really feel personally, and probably people will hate me for saying this, we should
Hmm.
have a stringent policies coming in picture where people are penalized if they
Hmm.
are not adhering to these policies. जैसे सिंगापुर में हुआ था, we say
Hmm.
सिंगापुर is the cleanest country, लेकिन वो कैसे हुआ? सिंगापुर जब का इंडिपेंडेंस हैपेंड इवन आफ्टर इंडिया, राइट?
Hmm.
लेकिन जो 25 साल थे, if you are dirting the road, the government will not just penalize you but also your family.
Hmm. Okay.
Clean generation बाद Singapore is the cleanest country in the world. So I'm not saying we have to go Nazi on people. We have to still have certain policies. And
Hmm.
at the same time, let's understand this, okay? The whole world runs on demand and supply. If there is a demand for something, there will be a supply for something. अगर हिमाचल की demand है, government of Himachal will look at giving supply for it. They will not think about environment at that point of time. They will not think. They'll just think about economy and GDP at that point
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
So I think it's also our responsibility because we are the ones who are creating that demand.
Hmm.
अभी वो engine बंद कर देने वाला example दिया आपको, right?
Hmm.
Let's say
Hmm.
vehicles who are traveling from Delhi to Manali are turning off their engine. We can easily save close to a few million liters of petrol,
Hmm.
right? So we have a demand, we reduce that demand. अगर उतना liters of petrol we are saving, that means we are reducing that much amount of demand.
Hmm.
And the supply will also get a inflection point, right? Like ये ऊपर जिसके है supply chain में, उसको भी
Hmm.
समझेगा we don't have to increase it. Similarly, plastic है. If we stop asking for plastic, automatically the shopkeepers will stop keeping plastic.
Hmm.
That's so I
No,
think
that is from our end. I was talking about the policies coming from government. Like
they have to
they,
come. They have to come. They are
yeah.
not there. To be very honest, I recently heard that Goan government is planning to create a protective area because of over tourism, and
Yeah.
I think that is the type of those are the type of steps that other states also needs to start taking. It's
Yes.
it's it's high time, especially the states which are running on tourism, like
Hmm.
Jammu Kashmir hai, Himachal hai, Goa hai, Kerala hai. I think these are the states they need these policies sooner rather than later, because inflow of travelers is more in these states.
Okay.
So yeah, government has to do something.
So
We are
now we talked about carbon emission. Now let's talk about offsetting. Now, we all have done something wrong, or we took some means of transport which created a lot of emissions, or ate somewhere we shouldn't. Now, how to offset?
correct. So
Tell
yeah,
us five ways of offsetting.
sure. First of all, let me explain what offsets are because
Yeah.
maybe some people may not know.
Yes.
So as I said, like you can't be 100% सस्टेनेबल. आपने
Yeah.
हॉस्टल भी सिलेक्ट कर लिया, होटल नहीं
Mm.
किया, हॉस्टल किया, आपका एमिशन कम हो गया, लेकिन 6.5 kg तो आप अभी भी जनरेट कर रहे हो स्टे
Yeah.
के ऊपर भी. सो दैट इज वेयर ऑफसेट कम्स इनटू पिक्चर. ऑफ व्हाट इज ऑफसेट?
Mm.
ऑफसेट इज बेसिकली बैलेंसिंग द एमिशंस दैट यू हैव जनरेटेड. तो
Mm.
अगर आपने इट्स लाइक डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट, आपने एक जगह पे क्रेडिट उठाया, दूसरी साइड पे डेबिट करो और उसको बैलेंस कर दो 0-0. तो अगर
Mm.
आपने 6 kg जनरेट किया है, यू डू समथिंग through which those 6 kgs are nullified in
Mm.
the ecosystem, right?
Okay.
So
Mm.
how can you offset? That is what exactly I think my company is also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just like Rethink is working on offsetting the
Yeah.
carbon emission. So, but there are multiple ways in which one can offset. One is कि आप सबसे simple चीज है कि पेड़ उगा दो. Now
Mm.
each are close to 20 to 25 kgs in a year. That
Mm.
is the you can sequester.
Mm.
Secondly, you can probably invest into green projects like solar hai, wind hai, those kind of things you can do. There are projects in the community segment, right? आपने चूल्हा लगा दिया. अभी आज भी there are lot of villages in India. If you look at homestays in India or something like that, they
Mm.
are using fuels as लकड़ी का fuel and stuff like that for chula.
Mm.
So
Mm.
here is where you take care of some community projects and you can actually go there and help them replace their chulas into something more sustainable like solar cooker or something like that,
Mm. Mm.
right? Uh, उससे भी थोड़ा और complex करना है, then we can go into ocean ecosystem. So there is something called ocean acidification that is happening. So we are losing a lot of corals and for that reason. So here is where you can work on ocean regeneration
Mm.
segment. Now,
Mm.
interesting part is, and I think I don't know if everyone knows about this or not. सब लोग बोलते हैं कि अरे गर्मी बहुत बढ़ रही है, पेड़ उगा दो. कुछ भी
Mm.
हो रहा है, पेड़ उगा दो. When it comes to sustainability, the answer is always पेड़ उगा दो.
Mm.
However, tree cover across the globe absorbs hardly 20% of carbon emission.
Oh,
बाकी का
really?
सारा absorption हो रहा है ocean में and in the land itself.
Mm.
So yeah, I think people can start with simplest thing like tree plantation. This is what I do. I keep giving gifts of plants to people. That is what I do to start
But
with.
people like place like us, like I'm from Jammu and Kashmir, and there is no ocean here.
Correct.
And how can I like 20% तो प्लांट लेगा, बाकी 80% तो मुझे फिर करनी ही नहीं है कार्बन एमिट. There is no other way then, right?
आई थिंक आप एमिट करना कम कर दो.
Yeah.
जितना कम कर सकते हो वो सबसे सबसे बेस्ट है. सो फॉर एन एग्जांपल यू टेक अ बाइसिकल और पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट, बट अगर वो नहीं हो रहा तो आप ऑफसेट करो. अभी नाउ
Hmm.
यू आर फ्रॉम कश्मीर एंड आई रिमेंबर आवर कॉन्वर्सेशन, ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस बाय द वे.
Yeah.
सो फॉर यू द ओनली other option would be to offset it by
Yeah.
associating with some other company. Like that's what our company does. Like
But
we let travelers to offset their footprint by putting their details and they invest money into the projects. अभी आप जाके सोलार प्रोजेक्ट नहीं उठा पाओगे. यू विल बी लाइक यार कश्मीर में तो ऐसे ही आधा टाइम बर्फ रहती है, यहाँ पे सन ऐसे भी नहीं होता. सो व्हाट वी
hmm.
डू, वी क्रिएट दैट गैप इज देयर, वी क्रिएट अ ब्रिज बिटवीन दैट गैप, वी गिव यू अ वे to just offset your footprint by in 30 seconds, right? And here is where you invest money into those projects. That's how the offset will work.
So, if someone want to connect with you, Nirmal, and if they have to offset, how will they connect?
I think they can. My Instagram is the Snoozing Traveler, and
Mhm.
my LinkedIn is Nirmal Topiwala. If anyone
Mhm.
wants to connect with me, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to answer any questions on sustainability. कि कोई जा रहा है ये ट्रिप पे, अरे कोई बोलेगा अरे मैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट जा रहा हूँ मैं क्या करूँ. I'm very happy to give the answers for that also. Please feel free to reach out. So again, my Instagram is the Snoozing Traveler and LinkedIn is Nirmal Topiwala. And if they want to know more about how the overall ecosystem of carbon emission, carbon offset works, they can also visit our platform called Rethink Travel, rethinktravel.org. So
Okay.
that is the platform. They can visit that platform. They can see what we are doing there. And Rethink as a program does a lot of other things also. We work with schools, we work with colleges, we try to focus on a lot of micro actions. जैसे मैंने वो
Hmm.
लाइट मोड टू डार्क मोड वाला बात की, अभी यहाँ पे अगर 10-15 लोग हैं, अगर वो लोग भी अपना फोन लाइट मोड से डार्क मोड में करते रहे, that means we have already planted a tree like close to that. So
Yeah,
that
you were discussing that with me.
so those kind of micro actions people can take. They can again go to Rethink Sustainability platform for that.
Okay, nice. So I think on top of we discussing and we educating the travelers,
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning to connect with hostels, and because they are the one who can reduce emissions in large scale.
Absolutely.
So yes, so we will be in touch, Nirmal,
Absolutely.
and our time is
Absolutely.
like मैंने 10 तक रखा था, and I will be
इतना बच गया,
saving
I don't even know
this.
how much.
Huh?
किसी को I don't even know what's the time. हम लोग
I
बातें बात में
understand
निकल
you.
गए.
Matlab, it
So
was like very smooth, right?
yeah, absolutely. I loved having this conversation. Honestly, sustainability के ऊपर कभी भी कुछ भी बात करनी, happy
So
to do this again also.
yeah, are you in Goa right now?
I am back in Mumbai. I'm back in
Back
Mumbai.
in Goa. So hopefully we catch soon. So it was
आ
nice
जाओ यार,
talking
if
to
you're
you.
coming to Bombay.
Yeah, soon, maybe on 26, 27.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I'll be your guide. The same offer is for everyone on the thread right now. Like if they're coming to Bombay, reach out to me. I'll love to be your guide.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nirmal. I catch
All right.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Abid.
It was
Thanks for
nice
having me
talking to
here.
you. Yeah,
Likewise.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Now how to end this, man?